right, it's the big game for the weekend. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Now, this is what I actually call a London derby that has, transcended for years, for decades. And of course, this is the latest version. It might not be as intense as previous years. Maybe there's really not so much to fight for. Probably just 3 points, pride, and a top four spot, basically. But yeah, this fixture is still one that any fan of both sides will still want to see his team come out on top. And Victor, just without wasting much time, taking everything into account, the form of both sides, recent results, head to head, and everything, who do you think goes into this fixture as the favorite?
By right, Arsenal, but it's close. It's close. I think Chelsea are not great, but neither are Arsenal.
Yeah.
Sure, they beat the hell out of PSV, but that's hardly a top 10 side in Europe. Chelsea are winning some of their games without flash and kind of unconvincingly, but are coming into this game with what feels to me like more momentum than Arsenal. We should mention we're actually recording this before Chelsea's return leg against Copenhagen in the Conference League. But yeah, if you look at odds, Arsenal are favorites with shorter odds than what one would think. But I genuinely believe this is really anyone's game to win.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I agree with you. I think, in fact, the only reason I would put Arsenal as the favorite is because of the venue, and that's because it's at the Emirates, and Arsenal rarely ever lose. I mean, these days, even if they are bad, like seriously bad, they will rather just snatch a point, and they'll be happy to take that than to lose. So that's the only reason. But in terms of actual football on the pitch, and I think it's actually close that it can go either way. I mean, if you
Yeah,
ask
it's a
me.
proper toss-up.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Victor, still with you, yeah. So, what are the possible implications for either side winning the game?
Sure. Um, I would say if Arsenal win, maybe it's more ammunition for Arteta to believe that the title race is still on. If Chelsea win, they're solidifying their top four spot and they're getting a confidence boost by beating a former title challenger. I think a draw would be disappointing for both, but it would not be disappointing for Forest and for City.
Yeah. Fair enough. And over to you, Max. Is there a chance Chelsea actually miss out on the top four spot? And if that happens, how bad would that be for their season as a whole?
Actually, there's a big chance them missing top four, especially because you can take a look at their opponents next games. They're Arsenal, Tottenham, then Brentford, a couple of not so hard games, and then at the end of the season they have Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United, and Nottingham Forest. So it has to be a pretty hard calendar. So if they're not winning this game, 100% see them not going in top four.
Yeah, fair enough. And Victor, as we normally ask when it comes to big games, what tactical battle or who are the key players you're looking out for in this one?
I think Pedro Neto against whoever starts on the left of defense for Arsenal, maybe Calafiori, should be very interesting. And I think Neto will have anyone beat in that patch of field. I'm also looking at Declan Rice as the key player for Arsenal. I think Chelsea need to shut him up and not let him dictate play. So yeah, him against Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. A lot of money in that midfield battle, by the way. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm also looking out to see if there are going to be any more blunders in goal from Chelsea, whether it's Jurgensen or Sanchez.
Yeah, fair enough. Max, you?
Yeah, I can agree with Victor speaks and probably add Palmer against Odegaard. It might be a key battle as well because they're main playmakers for teams. So whoever goes better maybe be the key to win.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you guys have really put it well because both sides don't have a recognized striker at the moment. I think lots of play will come from the midfield. I said it against United and Arsenal that the midfielders are going to dictate a lot in that game. And it happened, with Fernandez and Rice and whatnot. And in this kind of game as well, because both teams do not have recognized strikers, midfielders will have to dictate play. So it depends on if Arteta is going to pair, Rice and Partey, to give Odegaard the chance to go more attacking, or if he's going to put in Jorginho, maybe to retain possession. I really don't know, but a lot is going to come out from that midfield battle. Also with Chelsea, Caicedo to break down Arsenal's transition and whatnot. Whoever comes out on top in midfield would have a better chance to win that game. That's what I see anyways. But yeah, moving on to the final bit, Victor, your score predictions for this game.
Okay, so in our predictions show, I went with this game with under 3.5 goals, and I'm sticking with that. I think 2-1 for Chelsea. However, if I am a bit pessimistic and think that maybe my prediction will not come good, I would say probably 3-1 for Chelsea. I find that more likely than a 2-2.
Yeah, Max.
I'd say it should be a close game, and probably Arsenal are not going to lose at home, so I predict 1-1.
Yeah, fair enough. It's pretty ironic because in my head I had 3-1 for Arsenal, so I'm going to say the direct opposite of Victor's prediction. In my tip for the prediction show, I said BTTS and at least 3 goals. So I'm backing that up here by saying Arsenal will win this game 3-1. We'll score.
Yeah, so I
Arsenal
have
would
3-1,
score in
1-1, and 1-3.
Yes, exactly. So those are my that's my selection rather for this game. I don't see us losing to Chelsea, man. I don't see us losing to Chelsea. But yeah, like we already pointed out, it's a very close game. It's much closer than the bookies are even saying, and it could just play either way, and we'll just have to wait and see. So, anyways, the Emirates is the latest venue for yet another big game. There's still a lot to play for, even though both were once. It's funny because both teams were once title contenders, in quote, at one stage of the season, but all of that is blown away now. It's time to face reality. Both teams are fighting for a top four spot. Both teams are fighting to keep their pride intact, and both teams are fighting for 3 crucial points this weekend. And of course, we'll be here to give all the best talking points and post-match analysis as they come.